Okay, let's deal with the pink porcupine in the room. Let's just deal with the pink porcupine in the room. If you need me to get you a whole bunch of donkeys, if you need me to get an army of donkeys, me and the WWF were like this, were like this. If you need to call up the World Wildlife Fund, animal welfare, animal merchants, whatever you need, I will call them and I will help you, man. Because trust me, if being with donkeys or being around donkeys can allow the verse to give me that Real Madrid dub and that UCL dub, I will do everything within my power to say what's up. Every single thing within my power to say what's up. So, but that's one side. Shout out to donkeys. I told you, like, shout out to donkeys. I want to give a shout out to donkeys because, see, donkeys, they get a bad rap and so forth. Oh, they're stupid. They're this. No, 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 no. We need to put some respect, not respect, we need to put some respect on donkeys right now. So shout out to the donkeys, right? And so let's break this whole interview down. Obviously, what was interesting though was the whole Kante thing about how Kante has had the same car for years, had the same phone for years, and he's one of the most humble guys out there. So look, everybody loves Kante, everyone loves him. But let's deal with this right now. So let's talk about loyalty. So in 2023, do people still believe players, specifically players who come abroad, are 100% fiercely loyal to a club? That's just the first thing there. Do we still live in this delusion that if it didn't come through the academy, you're not from the area, but specifically you came from abroad, once you now sign for a Chelsea, a Barcelona, a Milan, a Bayern, and so forth, you're now fully committed to that club? Anybody who believes that is the delusional. That's not how the world works. That's not how club football works. One of the great sayings by Pele said that club football is fickle. Pele said that kiss the badge of a team one season, you kiss the badge of another team another season. It is how it is. Look at how many teams that Ibrahimovic went to. So a player wanting to go to another club, fine. And let's look at this specifically. Kai Havertz is German. Bayern Munich is not only the biggest German club in the world, it's one of the biggest clubs in the world. But that's Bayern being German and being one of the biggest clubs in the world. Every German player dreams of playing for Bayern Munich because of what it means for German football. If you're a German player and they ask you, choose one team you want to play for, 97.99% of German players will say, I don't want to play for Bayern Munich. So Kai Havertz saying that, man, if Bayern called me, it would be hard to say no. How's that shocking? Because, see, for some Chelsea fans, are like, oh my gosh, you play for Chelsea, which means that you must be fully committed to Chelsea, you must hate anything that's not Chelsea and so forth. Like, you're not being realistic. Club football are about mercenaries. They're about mercenaries. It is what it is. I mean, everyone's a freaking mercenary. You see, how I view it is this. If it was Rigi or Kante saying this, I'd feel bad because of how much I value them. If it was Reece James saying this, I'd be like, oh. If let's say if it was, this is an interesting example. Check this out. This was Real Madrid. Interview comes out. Reece James says, bro, if Real Madrid call, it'd be hard for me to say no. How would I react? On one hand, I'd be like, yo, Boris, you are Chelsea through and through. You're from the era. You came through the academy. You've done all the years. You've been within the whole system and everything. Right? Chelsea's been part of you for such a long time. I'm like, why would you say that? That's on one hand. But on the other hand, I would be like, yes, you've come through the academy and everything. But especially in the world we live in now, people have a global view now. We are far more connected in the world than we've ever been in any time in history. So for a Reece James, yes, he may have come through Chelsea, but what if he was a fan of Raul? What if he was a fan of Zidane? What if he was a fan of Hierro? What if he was a fan of Sergio Ramos? What if he was a fan of Cabal? What if he was a fan of Marcelo? And he saw all Real Madrid achieve and we're like, man, being what Real is and their stature in world football, I would love to play there. So there are two mindsets. As one mindset, I'm like, bro, you are Chelsea's crown jewel. So you have to be fully Chelsea because you are ours. You are our own. You are You are a precious, precious gift that we're not going to give away for anything. I mean, you're signing that blood pact. But at the same time, every you have to treat every individual as an individual with their own independent thoughts. We cannot assume that everybody lives within a hive. Every individual is an individual with their own thoughts, their own desires, their own dreams, their own likes, and their own dislikes. Um, we can't assume everyone should get in line and think a certain way. You come from the academy, you must only want to play for Chelsea, you must not want to play for anyone else. Well, I'm an individual. I know I come to the academy, but I have other aspirations. So, back to the whole Havertz thing. It's see that I'll just give it like a much more nuanced scenario where that would be a little bit more okay. That you can go with the back and forth if it was Rich James and Real Madrid, you know, but with Havertz, he's German. He's German. So if the opportunity arises, of course he wants to go for Bayern, but people are missing the key point. They miss the key point here. Shh! Don't tell anybody. Havertz ain't Rhys James. Havertz ain't Kante. Havertz ain't Kovacic. Thank you for that UCL winning goal. Thank you for that UCL winning run. And a few goals here and there. Overall, Havertz has been a flop. Based on how much Chelsea bought him for, based on how much he was valued, he has been a disappointment. You know, he has been mostly a failure. You know, because that UCL winning run, that UCL winning goal, it's run out. I'm sorry. That goal, bro, you all know how he reacts to that goal, and that is one of Chelsea's most valuable goals. But it's run out. When you just look at all the games you played, all taking everything, Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Champions League, you've mostly been a failure. You've not been consistent enough. And for how much we paid for you, you've not come through. So him saying, I don't want to join Bayern, I'll go, okay. I ain't losing sleep. I'm losing sleep if Rich James says he wants to join Real Madrid. That would scare the living life out of me. I'm losing sleep if Kante says that I want to join a Bayern Munich or like a Real Madrid or a Barcelona. That would scare the life out of me. Havertz he'd love to join Bayern. So I mean, bro, Nkunku is on his way there this summer. Bro, I ain't losing no sleep over Havertz moving because, bro, I'm like, we've just seen flashes. We've not seen a consistent guy like what Hazard was or like what Robin was before all of his injuries. We're not saying, okay, this guy is a consistent star man. He's a consistent star, but we've not seen that. So going online and not seeing people's reactions to this like crazy. Lukaku. Which interview is worse? The Lukaku one is worse. Here's why. And I think someone actually made the point online. You see, the Havertz one is because the Havertz one is like, I'm German. It's Bayern Munich. How, of course, it will be hard for me to say no to Bayern Munich, and all because I'm saying that doesn't mean that I am pushing for a transfer or pushing for a bloody move, bro. And who conducted the interview? It was freaking Bild. Bild conducted the freaking interview, so it's a whole German thing. For Lukaku, you just arrived at Chelsea. You're not playing well. So, and you are frustrated that you're on the bench. So you're trying to get back into the good books of getting on the pitch. And also as well, you have no deep ties to Inter Milan. Because you're not Italian, you didn't come through the Inter Academy, so you have no deep ties apart from you just had a really good season there. So my thing is the Lukaku one, specifically of how out of form he was, how bad he was, how he was now benched, and it's coming out then. It was just wrong on so many levels. It was just so wrong on so many levels. So that whole thing there, it's like, it was wild. I mean, I was like, no, come, like, Lukaku. You see, I wasn't, but again, see, I can only speak for myself. Because for me, I'm always looking at the big picture. When I looked at that Lukaku interview, I'm like, he's not playing very well. He obviously hasn't worked because the team hasn't worked. All right, cool. You see, there are certain players where I'll have an issue if those players are actually of value. Again, Kovacic, Reece James, Kante. I would have a massive issue if this guy said, no, I don't want to join another club or something, because I'm like, bro, we need you in this jersey. We need you in this freaking jersey. So, yeah, man, it just depends on who is there and so forth, man. So yeah, that's my shebang on the whole thing. It all depends on who is doing what, man. So yeah, man. Havertz, if you want to join Bayern, fine. But before you do, get me a UCL dub, then you can go, man. Hit that subscribe button over there, guys. Hit that subscribe button over there, guys. And check out that other video, man. Peace out. Stay true. One love.